Although every day of my life is different, I have a general routine I do to manage my breathing needs. From waking up in the morning until I go to bed at night, my life revolves around keeping my airways clear and managing my ventilator. Join me this week as I share with you a day in my life with a ventilator. When I first wake up in the morning, my tracheostomy site usually has a lot of discharge on it. I take some gauze and carefully clean around my tracheostomy tube site. Once my tracheostomy site is clean, I then turn my attention to my airways. My airways are almost always congested and heavy with mucus. In the mornings, I run 5 milliliters of saline through my nebulizer. This usually takes about 15 minutes. Once my saline has run through my nebulizer, I am now ready to get out of bed. To leave my bed, I need to unplug my ventilator and heater humidifier. Since my ventilator is able to run on battery, I leave the ventilator cord plugged into the electrical outlet and disconnect the power cord from the ventilator. When I'm roaming around the house, I usually do not bother to plug in my ventilator because the batteries last about 8 hours. However, whenever I return back to bed, I always reconnect my ventilator to the electrical cord to recharge my batteries. This prevents my batteries from running low and ensures I have ample battery power available in case of a power outage. My heater humidifier does not have a battery, so in order for my heater humidifier to work, it must be plugged into an electrical outlet. My airways dry out quickly and become clogged with mucus when I'm not connected to my heater humidifier. For this reason, I try to run my heater humidifier as much as possible, and I plug in my heater humidifier wherever I go in the house. Before I go to the kitchen to get breakfast, please excuse me as I change my clothes, wash my face, brush my teeth, and comb my hair. Since I struggle with thick mucus, I drink a lot of fluids during the day in an effort to keep my mucus as thin as possible. If I get dehydrated, my mucus becomes very thick and will clog my tracheostomy tube. For breakfast, I usually have soup and tea. After breakfast, I am very tired. I will go to bed for the rest of the morning. Mornings are very energy draining on me. I will not get out of bed again until it is time to eat lunch. Before lying down, I make sure my ventilator is plugged back into the electrical outlet and make sure my ventilator batteries are charging. In the middle of the afternoon, I will get out of bed and have lunch. Again, I try to stay hydrated. I will usually have tea, soup, and fruit. After lunch, I return back to bed. Before lying down for the afternoon, I check the water level in my water chamber. I have a 1 liter bottle which is connected to my water chamber. The 1 liter bottle has distilled water in it, which lasts about 24 hours. When the water in the bottle runs low, I will open up the bottle and add more distilled water. In the afternoon, my lungs are often congested. I will run my nebulizer again. This time, though, I will add a bronchodilator. Both albuterol and levoalbuterol cause me to have chest pain, dizziness, tremors, and a fast heart rate. For this reason, I can only add about 10 to 15 drops of this medicine to my nebulizer. I then dilute the solution with 5 milliliters of saline. Although using the full strength of the bronchodilator tremendously helps opening up my airways, I cannot tolerate the side effects to the medication. So I use a tiny amount of the medicine in my nebulizer, which slightly dilates my airways and helps me breathe. After using the bronchodilator, I do not leave my bed for at least an hour. If I do, my heart races, my hands shake, and I feel as though I'm going to die. So I again settle in for another time of rest in my bed. Around 6 p.m., I leave my bed and eat supper. I eat cooked vegetables and fruit. Once I eat supper, I often retire to bed. In the evening, I spend several hours in bed. If I have energy, I work on YouTube, respond to correspondence, or listen to YouTube videos. Around 9 p.m., my airways will be very congested. I will again run 5 milliliters of saline through my nebulizer. I will also use some gauze and clean around my tracheostomy tube site. Around 10 p.m., I brush my teeth, change my clothes, and go to bed. Thank you so much for joining me in a day in my life with a ventilator. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Good night.